All right, guys, welcome back. And I have here with me. It's a full house today.
Everybody's back. Uche, welcome back.
Yeah, I'm back.
And he's boldly wearing red. Though,
He's
and
boldly-
they can't even play football.
It's the blood that's all over his shirt.
United's blood.
That's what you get when your team is not performing. No problem.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. So, this week, man like Chooks, I'll start
Yes.
with you. In a week where
I was born ready.
in a week where you had the opportunity to close the gap, Liverpool played first,
Yes.
and they did their job. Although it came down last minute.
Yes.
Nunes 2 goals, right?
Yes, 2 goals.
Nunes 2 goals, winning mentality.
Yes.
And Arsenal played later that day.
Yes. The last
First
game of
half,
the day.
they did well.
Mm.
2 goals up. How do you bottle that?
Should I speak?
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Okay. So, first things first. Going into that particular game, we had a lot of challenges.
Okay.
And there's no, okay. And there's no, you see the thing about football, analysis makes football.
Mhm.
Is another very interesting part about watching football, right? So we went into the game with a very slim squad. You people know the amount of players that we've lost recently.
Yeah,
I'm not even
true.
going to start talking from Tomiyasu. That's too far.
Yeah.
along,
Bukayo
right?
Saka
But
and
Saka is
Ben
out.
White.
Ben White is out.
Yes.
Gabriel Jesus is out. And that day, the day before,
Saliba.
Fabrizio posted the picture that Saliba was going to be out because of a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
And what happened that day was back to practice for a Calafiori who had also been out for a really long time, right? So it's not an excuse. If you know that you are 2 goals up, you understand. You're 2 goals up, you're in the Emirates, you're at home. You had created the atmosphere that was going to aid you win that game.
Yes.
Coupled with the fact that Aston Villa did something like this last season. They came to the Emirates and defeated you 2-0 and they cost you the league. That's how you lost the league behind Man City by 2 points.
2 points, yeah.
Knowing that same scenario should not recreate itself. Because the next time that's going to happen, the next time I'm going to play Aston Villa at home again at a critical time in the league is next year, another 365 days, right? You made that mistake last year. Now you're here at 2025. You made that same mistake again. You didn't go home with the loss, but it was terrible. And what even makes it annoying is that these guys scored 9 goals in 2 minutes.
Yes,
Right?
9 goals in 2 minutes.
From a game that was already balanced and practically already won. You're putting the pressure on Liverpool. You can even see that Liverpool is not as consistent as they used to be. The early goals are no longer coming. They are drawing games, right? This is the perfect time to apply the pressure, right? So, like I said earlier, the injuries were existing. They did not apply the pressure, no doubt. But Arsenal bottling that thing is a pure mentality thing. It's a pure mindset thing. It wasn't meant to happen. There is no excuse to it. If you know that you were already so low in player availability and you have already gone 2 goals up, right? Take away your attackers, block the midfield and block the defense. I don't care how you're going to do it. You understand?
But Chooks,
Find a way to sit in very, very deep and make sure you do not concede.
so yesterday, was it Arteta's fault or players' fault? Like, who
Both ways. First things first. That's what I say. It's a mentality thing. The mentality is beyond just the player and it affects the club as a community. You understand? The fans, the players, the coaches, the management, everybody. That's the thing about the issue in that game. Your coach can tell you something that might not settle with you people as players. That's why you have a captain in the team, right? It's now left for the captain to come together to let them know that this is where we are right now. We have to do everything in our power to make sure we do not let this. And the goals were difficult to score.
the
goals were
the
difficult.
goals they scored?
The Arsenal goals.
Oh, yeah.
They came after a very long period of time,
Yeah,
after so
yeah,
much
yeah,
pressing.
yeah.
The goals came, and then you know that you're finding it difficult to score. One of the goals was even goal line technology. And then the other one was straight to Martinez, but it deflected off Martinez's leg and then went into the post. It's difficult to score. You have the 2 goals. Do not let that happen again. So it's not an excuse, but coupled with the fact that we all know Arsenal, but I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan, but Arsenal bottles a lot.
Huh?
Great.
Arsenal bottles
You
a
know,
lot.
I'm happy today is the day of revelation. If I may say so myself. Because I think for the longest time, I've always been on this program, on this podcast here.
Yeah.
I've always said it that anytime I talk about Arsenal, it always feels like
Yeah,
I have
yeah, hating.
something against Arsenal as a club. And I'm happy that today Chooks has come here to confirm everything I've been saying. That 1, Arsenal is never to be trusted. 2, Arsenal is like the elephant that climbs the tree. One thing is sure, must come down. Arsenal is Netflix. They will wait for next season. Arsenal is the man that will look for excuse. They will blame the ball. That's the kind of club that we're talking about. And I'm sorry, I feel it's sad that I have to say these things, but it's true. I thought Arsenal had gone low was when the coach decided to go lower by blaming the football to say in the FA Cup, the reason why they lost that
the
game,
Carabao
Yeah,
Cup.
Carabao
Cup,
Cup.
that was because the football was not it's not the best football around.
That was a
Meanwhile,
terrible thing to
all
say.
the time they've been winning, they use that same football.
No, that was a
But
terrible thing to say.
nonetheless,
Yeah.
like I've always said,
So you guys don't wait, like Elder, I don't think Arsenal can close the gap. Like they have it's 6 points now, right? Then
No,
we take,
it's
without
no longer 6. It was 4. We drew 1,
Yeah.
so now it's 5 points.
so with the game in hand for them now.
Yes, they still
So
have a game in hand. Yes,
They have a game in hand. So you don't think
Yes.
Arsenal can close the gap?
Ahmed, I think I've said this 10 times. As difficult, as unrealistic as it looks on the
6
table,
points rather.
I
Yeah.
would pick a City to still have a chance at the title than pick an Arsenal.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, that's how bad I as strongly I
No,
feel about
see,
this.
we
Hold on, I'll tell
Okay.
you why. First, if you know that Unai takes Arsenal personal anytime, any day. If he plays, once he's come to Old Trafford, to Emirates, or you're coming to meet him, he always comes prepared. You go 2 goals up at home, and you end up not winning that game. How does that make sense?
At the critical
And
time.
you say you are challenging for the title. No, if we are not, if Arsenal is being serious, I don't know what. Right now, everybody's questioning Arteta's ability.
Yeah, they've started.
Yeah.
Chooks, are you questioning?
Of
Arteta?
course not.
Yeah,
You're not?
I will not. See,
you-
it's
you
yes,
still believe
Arteta
he's the
himself.
right
I
guy?
I think with the situation on ground, football is all about winning. It's all about trophies, silverware. No silverware, you're having random conversations. Nobody
Yes.
cares, right? But ETH had 2 silverwares and he was still let go, right?
Yes.
There is something having silverwares and being consistent in the league and then finishing at 14th place on the table, or finishing 13th, or finishing 8th, finishing out of going for Europe, especially when you think about the pedigree of the club. As a fan, I mean, I will even ask you guys: would you rather win
Yes.
Carabao
yes.
Cup
yes.
and finish 14th,
Yeah.
or would you rather go to Europe and have nothing?
That's a bit of fun.
Let's think about it.
Now,
To be honest,
for
you know me,
Carabao is
I'll put it into
When you
I'll
win
put
it,
it,
what
I'll
happens?
put it,
£12,000.
I'll put it into
What's that?
perspectives,
Which-
right?
I'm
First,
coming, let them
I'd
finish.
say no.
I'll be arguing
As a fan, I'll come from the point of experience and history.
Okay.
On the part of experience, as a fan,
Yeah.
I would want to go to Europe because I like that Champions League song.
the
Yeah.
I
experience.
like to play other leaders across Europe.
Yeah,
Right?
makes sense.
From the point of history,
Yes.
I want a trophy. When I went to Old Trafford
Yes.
and I saw all the trophies they've won in the cabinet, I'm like, bro, this is why this is a great
This is
club.
why it's a great club.
Now, when you go to Arsenal and you see, like, in the last 21 years, nothing has coming from
No,
Premier
it's not
League.
FA. Okay, sorry.
Premier League.
Sorry.
You then know why.
Easy. Easy.
You then know why
Uh,
it is good to put a trophy in your cabinet at any given point.
that's a very valid
So,
point.
if it depends on the angle you look at it from, which I don't know what you have to say.
It's true. No, that's a very valid point.
I have
Looking at
just
it from
been,
two
I have
ways.
just been. I've been heartbroken by my team, but at this point, let me
So
also
wait,
chip in.
Uche, you don't think Arsenal can close
me
the gap?
chip in
It's
my-
6 points now.
Yes,
with
it's-
a
let
game
me-
in hand for Liverpool.
The truth is,
So if they win, that is 9 points.
they always say, there's a saying that says, your name, Abi. What they had they said that when your name goes ahead of you.
Yeah, and then perceive you.
At this point, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal has showed us over time that they are not capable of chasing the league. Now, yes, last season they came close.
Yes.
It will almost be like a one-season wonder
Yes.
because they've not continued that same.
We did
No,
it
two
seasons
two
ago.
times.
Yeah.
Two times.
My point is,
It's-
you have after then what this season where City, the supposed title winner,
Yes.
has fumbled.
Yes.
You should be the one.
You should be the one leading.
Lead
That's what
it.
I'm saying.
Not Liverpool.
Now, Anson
If we're
Slot
being-
has come from a different league
Yes.
and he's showing you what you should have done. Doesn't that tell a whole lot about your club, your manager, and the players' mentality? It does. Now, this is not the truth to say Arsenal. I mean, you guys do it every season. So that's why we keep on saying this whole banter thing with Netflix. But it's almost like it's not far-fetched. Because how can you suppose... In fact, as far as I'm concerned, Arsenal is supposed to be bossing the league now. Now, let's go to Arteta. Arteta seems to always want to have an excuse why he's losing a game, why he's drawing a game. That shouldn't be a winning mentality.
No, he doesn't give excuses.
Hold on now.
He's,
Does, actually.
apart from the flying ball,
Minus a flying ball, he does what he does. Now, are you going to say because Saliba, because Saka are injured, then you can't perform?
can I?
I think
No, now hold on.
the
I'm asking.
ability.
Is that what you're saying?
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
so, wait, guys,
a club that doesn't have the matured players with the mindsets like players in Liverpool who have won league, won Carabao, and won Champions League.
Yes.
No, hold on. There's something when you have a winning mentality can affect the team.
yes.
I'm not
Yeah, no,
arguing
no,
with you.
yes.
My argument
So-
is
Whose error is that?
Go and buy-
Whose
whose
error
error is
is
that?
that?
Of course, no. You ask the question now. There's of course each response has a foundational issue. Now the foundational issue is this: the club as it stands right now with no trophies. You can get a couple of quality players here and there, right?
Yeah.
But then how many winning mentality players can you actually attract when they look at your cabinet and know that you literally don't have, you have the money to pay me the salaries, right? But I'm not done winning. Unlike an Ozil who had won a lot in
Chooks.
Madrid before you
Chooks,
understand?
sorry to cut you short. This is Arsenal.
Of course, it's Arsenal. But
Arsenal is one of the top clubs in England that any player in the world, once they hear Arsenal is calling for me, would come. It is not about trophies. Hold on. It's not about trophies.
There's the brand aspect.
Exactly my point.
the brand is true.
No, hold
Okay.
on. Manchester United, yes, brand. Have we won the EPL in 13 years?
Mm.
No.
No, but you have a guy.
Hold on. We have FA Cup. Yes.
You want to compare your drought and our drought?
No, I'm not comparing your draft. But I'm
Holy.
saying, hold on now. I mean, you're just making your situation worse. I
No,
mean,
it's the truth.
But I'm just saying that it is, in quotes, because of you have not won leagues, doesn't necessarily mean that Arsenal is not a pool. Arsenal is a pool. If Arsenal is
is a
going for you,
pool.
they'll go for you. The issue is your club is not going for those players. That's the point.
I still think it's
They're not going
it's,
for
it's,
them.
It's incumbent on Arteta
Yeah.
to basically get those winning mentality players into your team. Now, my point and what I think is that, however, his priorities are different. For example, I've been singing this since the Pope was an altar boy that I don't understand why Arsenal did not get a proper 9.
A proper 9.
It's like
To kick off the season.
Today is 19th, though. The season, the transfer
When is it?
window has
Now,
opened, though.
22nd.
now,
There's
I
no
will-
even
now-
there's no link of any attacker.
now when
from
we
their
come to
season.
City, you see this the
Small
the,
blip.
the small glitch that they experienced. Can you see their response? 3 players already.
Mamouche and the likes.
What does
yeah.
that tell you? They know what they want.
And Mamouche, sorry to cut you short, Mamouche is not. He's 15 behind the Harry Kane in the Bundesliga.
Oh, of course, he's cost goals.
The point
easily.
exactly
Yeah.
is that they've gone out and they are replacing
Yeah.
a replacement. So Haaland, if you're not performing,
Yes.
no much pressure. Come, relax,
Yes.
re-energize, and come back. Mamouche should take over.
So
That's
now-
what we're saying about serious clubs.
You know,
Your
Eda
club
said
hasn't done that.
You know, Eda said something about Arsenal not going for an attacker, and there was something an article the Athletic released, where ever since Arteta has been in Arsenal, like
Yeah.
where he has spent money the most. So he has
Defense
spent
and
in
midfield.
defense almost more than 299 million
And it
pounds.
showed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the midfield, 270,
And it showed.
275 million pounds. Then in attack, that's in attack 140 million.
It shows.
No,
Yeah.
Arsenal is the best runner up ever. You see, they love that title. Next season again, they'll say, "Can't you see we are this close?" Like it's like at some point you need to tell yourself the truth.
There's
And
an obvious trajectory.
Good.
I mean,
There is an obvious trajectory.
Don't you think you're
from
going down
eighth,
now?
No, from eighth.
no, I
with
don't think
eighth
you're going
to
down.
fifth to fourth
I'm coming.
to second with
second
more points to
point,
second
yeah.
with 2 points. There's an obvious ever since he came, the
There's
club
a
has been
decline.
going this
No,
way.
no, no.
The decline can be seen in the fact that there is no silverware.
There's no
to show the
silverware.
trajectory.
And I want to ask you a question because when I hear you say this kind of, when I hear
Arsenal
fans
1.5.
generally talk about
They
this
won't,
kind of
they
thing.
won't be second this season.
No, hold on.
Arsenal won't be
I
second.
don't think
No, I
Arsenal.
think-
I don't think Arsenal will be second this season.
Are you serious?
I'm telling
I'm
you.
100% sure.
However, I want to tell you, when you feel like, oh, because you were fifth before, now you have been second with plenty points, now second with 2 points. Do you think other clubs are sitting back
I'm waiting for you
and
to
just
continue
waiting
to be
for you
there.
to continue to
Of
grow?
course, they'll keep developing. now.
Exactly. And your club hasn't developed.
They'll keep developing, of
From what
course.
we're saying.
No,
From
they
what we're
have,
saying.
it's obvious.
Hold on. When I mean develop is this thing you're talking about, for the last 2 seasons, Arsenal has actually been very good in defense. No doubt. They've not been shipping so many goals. Great. Now you added more, Calofieri. Was no doubt. You added. Now my point is, you could have as well invested in an attack.
In the 9, yes, for sure.
You sold in Ketia.
Yes.
You could have replaced. We're not saying a prolific, but someone that could have
someone that can deliver, because the team creates a lot of chances.
An out and out
Yeah,
nine.
you see, as a fan as well.
Now you're forcing Harvard to do that.
As a fan as well, we're exhausted about the fact that the man doesn't have a 9. That's why I said it here in our last episode. I will never say Arteta out unless I have seen Arteta with a true 9. I will never chant Arteta. You just said something now from the article.
Yes.
Look at where he has invested. And we win the games in the midfield and in the defense. It's obvious. To the point that our defense has even scored 24% of our goals from.
Which is
recently.
I think Gabriel is actually your top. Is one of your top goal scorers.
Yeah, of course, he has to be
the defender.
The fact that Arteta in all of these metrics and analysis that we can all see.
Yeah.
That he has not decided to go in for a proper 9.
Yeah.
Doesn't that already question his decision?
Maybe the right profile. He's looking for. He hasn't seen the right profile.
What do you mean by this?
Right profile? Honestly, you know this conversation.
There's a whole lot of profiles.
It's not plenty.
Because
like
it's
not so much.
I didn't even know about. To be fair, I didn't even know about Mamouche until City started going for him.
No, hold on. You didn't know, but
it's very quick.
This is what Mamouche has been. After Musala,
yeah, is the second in terms of Europe goal contribution.
Now, just to add to what I was saying is,
there
was a time we were arguing. Yeah, there was a time we were arguing where we said Manchester United, if we're going for players, we'll go for big players. I also watched on a podcast, Fan Stripe, big ups to them too, where they were saying that Manchester United cannot go and buy players. Why? Because of our issue. I'm digressing this. I'm just trying to pull to a point. I was saying that there's a pool of players that are not so expensive.
Yes.
And will do the job. Why am I saying this? Talk about Bournemouth. Talk about Brighton. Talk about Brentford.
Yeah.
They sign players that are literally average, probably 5-6 million. And then they come and do these things. It shouldn't be an issue. The issue is that Arsenal is not
able to
buying
because at this level,
to support what Uche is saying, right? Can you
make your own?
Can you name that quality top player in Nottingham Forest that is pushing them all the way right now?
There's none.
There's not really fantastic player. It's just team
effort.
Mentality is what.
There's none. But see, let me tell you something. You see what this guy? No, there's none. It makes a lot of sense, right? But when Awoni was out.
Yes.
When Awoni was out, before Wood, it took a while. Right?
Took a
when
while.
Awoni was out, they saw the difference.
Yeah.
Damn, our goals are no longer coming as much.
Yeah.
In teams, there are some talisman, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Very correct. Very correct.
And as you see the thing about it is my fear on this show is when I speak about this. I just want people to see that there's no excuses. Let's just have the conversation as pure analysis.
Yes.
Analysis, right?
Yes.
The Odegaard defect caused a huge decline. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, it did.
No. Chooks switch. Odegaard. Chooks switch. Sorry. When Odegaard left, Arteta found a way to win.
We're using the corners now.
Arsenal didn't really feel the effects.
Yeah, they were using set
They didn't really feel the effects.
Yeah,
no,
they
did.
They felt it, but it wasn't much.
Wait, because of corner.
But Arsenal were still able to find a way to get the result. The problem is Odegaard has come back
and I
and it
also
doesn't look
remember
the same.
No,
Saka is missing. Saka is missing.
Now Saka is missing.
Ahmed, you see, we can sit down all day
and argue this
and go round why.
No, it's a factor. Losing Saka is like
Ahmed,
losing Rodri.
The reason why I'm saying this is
no.
Hold on. The reason why I'm saying this is, do you know for the longest time how many injuries a club like Manchester United under Ten Hag suffered? Ten Hag was using that as at some point they had over 7-8 players injured,
and then he had to shuffle the back line. Over how many times? For a
complete season, he did not have his complete players. See, and nobody cared.
No, that's the truth.
Nobody cared.
No, of course.
Nobody cared. For Arsenal situation, like I said, losing Saka is like losing Rodri. That's how important Saka is.
That's why
no doubt. He's their most creative player.
No doubt.
He's their most creative player.
No
Everything
doubt.
goes through
I want to
him.
ask the Arsenal fan. I want to ask the Arsenal
As a
fan.
football club, you can't be running
Saka or Odegaard, who would you say is your most creative?
Because Saka at the moment is Saka.
The connection between both of them is.
Baba, you are talking about Saka. Saka, because I know where you're going to. You are talking about assists.
Yeah.
Saka is the one that his goals also come from corner kicks. So I don't want you to put that as well.
And I know what I'm saying.
Saka is
But
very
see,
important.
not to
for them.
discredit Saka. Saka
when
is
they
a
are
great
both
player,
playing, yeah.
right? He has done fantastic things on the right wing. But I'm saying I do not think
Saka's absence.
Saka's absence should be the reason why Arsenal sees this kind of like this major dip in
Now,
form.
just to throw more light. Last season,
Yes.
there was a time City had a dip
Yeah.
for Kevin De Bruyne's injury.
Yeah.
Who stepped up?
Folding.
Thank you.
That's my point. I'm just bringing up.
But you can't compare the squad depth.
What? No, now don't do squad. Don't tell me
See,
squad depth.
okay,
wait.
I'm going to.
If Saka
talking
is
about
out,
taking
you see
responsibility.
that instead
And-
that is coming in.
And
do you see the
I
difference?
thank you for that. I thank you for what you just said. If you even let's agree with you, squad depth.
Yeah.
Whose table does squad depth fall under again?
Oh, it's the manager's
Exactly.
It's the
5-year
manager's
project
fault as well.
5-year project. Bro.
Yes.
So my question now is, I'm
5-year project. Did he start spending from the beginning?
wait.
He
now.
didn't.
But all these
You
players
need to
now
start
are his
counting.
players now.
You need to start counting
Hold
from
on
when he
now,
started
hold on,
spending.
hold on. I agree with you, Arsenal fan. I'm saying 5 years. He removed players that he didn't buy. And then the only time he won titles were those players. Now he has brought his own players. Literally everybody in this squad, Arteta brought them to the
Him
club.
and Edu Gaspar.
Great. You had a summer and you didn't think about if anything happened to Odegaard or Saka, that would be an issue. Okay, great. You also talked about character winners. Hold on. You brought Sterling. Sterling is not a serious winner. Didn't he win in City?
Yeah,
Yes,
he
now
won
but
his
it's a
great.
winner that has dropped form.
Oh,
But-
now another one has come. Are you seeing?
No,
I
no,
know.
it's
Hold on now. Hold
See,
on.
no,
Do you know that? Do you know that?
But you
I
bought
never-
Havertz now. Havertz is the Champions League winner.
I never used to criticize
Hold
Arteta's
on now.
signing
I'm-
until this last.
It is not. Arteta has made
Because-
wrong choices of purchase. Whether he wants to
Consistently.
Mikel Merino.
Consistently.
Sterling.
See,
You
let
should
me
not
tell
have
you,
bought this
Ahmed,
Mikel Merino you're talking
Ahmed,
about. You
at
could have
some-
invested this money in an attacker.
at some point, you need to look at the game and try to see a balance. You are building Wall of Babel, spending millions of pounds, buying all the best tall 7 feet defenders
Because the plan was to do corner kick.
because it was going
Corner
to.
and set piece.
If you see all of them,
Piece FC.
back line,
That wasn't the plan.
midfield, loading.
Let me even say this.
You cannot look for somebody to balance out up front.
It doesn't
I don't-
even make
I
sense.
think it just shows me the way you are thinking. So if you see now, when you talk to most coaches, they will say, okay, you know what? I'm going to get one this.
Exactly.
To create a balance.
Yeah.
You need to see that, okay, last season, my midfield was okay. My defense is actually you had one of the best defense in the league. Why are you going again to reinforce that
place.
that defense when you have clearly
You've-
your
yeah,
strike
issue,
had
yeah.
major issues.
In fact, as a matter of fact, Mikel Merino, the money that you spent for Merino, you probably could have done a right back. You will have
Instead
gotten,
of-
yeah. Hold on now,
Yeah.
because what's his name? Is it Soares or something? Is that he puts right back?
Socrates.
No, not
Who?
Socrates. There's a right back guy.
Timber.
No, not Timber. Before he bought Timber.
Tomiyasu before
Tomi-
before we bought who?
Ben
Is
White.
it Soares or something? The
Soares.
Portuguese guy, right back, before Tomiyasu.
Oh,
Forgotten his name. Anyways,
yeah.
they took him away.
Mhm.
We already knew Tomiyasu is an injury prone. I expected him to have done a replacement. Timber shouldn't have been the player I bought, but however, you guys
Why?
bought him. But no problem.
Why
All
not
I'm saying is
Timber?
that Arsenal assistants is not the Arsenal I knew growing up. The identity is totally different. Arteta came, left tiki taka, and he's playing Stoke football.
You know the funny
can you be
thing.
playing
Nobody is saying
We didn't do that.
nobody.
We didn't
Uche.
do Stoke football last
I
season.
know what I'm
No.
referring to. I
We
know
didn't
what
do
I'm
Stoke
saying.
football at
Chooks.
the beginning of the season. We
Chooks.
did Stoke football when we started having injuries.
For you to
Chooks.
have bought what you bought this summer, the plan was to play Stoke football. And that's what you're doing.
No,
Chooks.
don't say that.
I've just seen how you see this
Come
thing that
on.
No problem.
you see this
No,
thing
it's
how
okay, it's fine.
Uche
problem.
said.
It's
I
not
was
Stoke.
watching something recently and someone was saying that, you know how you cannot recognize the Arsenal football anymore. And I have always wondered why all of a sudden Arsenal fans are fine with now just loading the ball, waiting for corner kicks.
No.
Exactly.
You know, the guy was even
Even
saying
yesterday.
is that if they have the option to even go direct at goal, they would rather look for a way to play it and make the guy so it can go to the
two
corner
goals
kick.
yesterday were square played goals. Very nice
Yes,
goals.
Very
yes,
fantastic.
he did.
Fantastic goals.
Yes,
I'm
Yes,
saying
no,
that
no,
it's
I'm trying to say
you're overreacting.
there was a peak in our set piece goals. It was
Yeah.
when we were struggling with injuries and
They
started
find.
the season
I
with
think
red
for
cards and
I
for
agree.
Mikel
Don't-
Arteta, like
no,
you said, I
come
think
on,
I was
you play
watching.
beautiful
But
I was
football.
watching.
No.
No,
Your
no,
What are
no.
you
football
saying? We had the
beautiful
highest
lately.
amount. We had the
Your
highest
football
amount
hasn't
of
been-
goals. We had the
Sugar,
highest amount of goals
Are
last
you going
season
to
from
are you
the
going to
calendar
judge
year.
what you're playing now to how you were playing in 2005, 2006?
How can we?
No,
Football
no,
first.
bro.
Football first things first. Wait. How do you think we're scoring 5 and 6 and 7 and 4 last season? In our calendar year between January and December last year.
You are playing fantastic
Exactly.
because everybody. I'm saying that what you're playing now and what you played in 2005, 2006, 2007. Will you compare? Which is better?
We played fantastic football last season.
In the same
we
way
played
of playing.
wonderful football.
So why
kidding
are you-
me?
why
Can
are you
watch
people
our
still-
games last
See,
season?
So why are you not playing that
right
same way now?
No,
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
different. That's
So
what
he's
I
saying
said there
it's
was a
because of
peak.
the injuries.
Yeah,
now.
there was a
That's
peak.
why they
There
have
was
to
a peak
go
of set
this route,
piece.
yeah.
Please,
set piece
injuries is no
football.
more excuse.
There was a-
It's
it's
no
not
more
an
excuse.
excuse.
If Ten Hag can use injuries and win FA Cup,
I just
There's
feel
no more excuse for
like
any club.
when I hear everybody supporting these
Nothing like
injuries
injury.
now, I
Nothing
feel
like
I
injury.
personally feel bad and
if
like
Ten Hag can
I
use
personally
injury
owe Ten Hag
players and get
apology
and Carling Cup
because
too. No,
Ten
no,
Hag
no,
went
no,
through
don't tell me that. No more
crazy
injuries.
injuries,
Nobody should say injuries.
and the guy was
It's an
just
excuse
just
anymore.
going.
Okay.
Arteta doesn't have an excuse.
Okay,
He
but
needs
the
to be
kind of
performing.
purchases Ten Hag made, and
But he succeeded with his quack. Trust me, I'm
What
not
are you
even-
calling?
I hate-
What
I
are you
hate-
calling success now? You're calling an EFL trophy success.
Oh yes, it is. Has
He
Arsenal won it?
succeeded.
Have you guys won it?
Yeah, you have
No,
you have
no, okay,
you have-
yeah,
you have- you have-
guys
you have
won it?
left again.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Have you won it?
And you have left again.
Have you won it?
I'm not left.
You are
I'm
about
going to
leaving,
play.
bro.
I'm going to play.
Don't
Tottenham.
worry,
I'm going to
wait.
Newcastle.
You beat Newcastle.
Newcastle. Okay, what
You
did they-
beat no. You beat
Newcastle lost 4-1
you beat
yesterday.
this. No, you beat this Newcastle after you scored.
You see what they
Newcastle.
did yesterday?
No, are you saying
They
you
lost
score?
to a team that beat
4-1.
you. Yes, but they lost to a team that beat
Brentford.
you. No.
Who? Bournemouth. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, Bournemouth. Okay, 2-0. 2-0 in October. Okay. But Bournemouth is difficult to play.
Oh,
Bournemouth
now
beat
you
you.
agree.
Bournemouth beat
They
you.
beat us comfortably.
Bournemouth beat Chelsea.
Bro, they are a good
One
team.
second leg.
They are a
also.
You
good
will not.
team.
You will not
Why
beat
don't
Newcastle.
you know that?
I'm
You
telling
shouldn't
you.
use that.
Just know that you're out of EFL. It's not even.
No
Okay,
competition
so
for
there are
you.
two questions I want to ask you now. What do you think about Mikel Arteta playing Partey at right back when he should be the one? Because I feel Partey in the midfield makes Arsenal tick.
Of
It should
course,
be-
it's
it should be
better.
Partey,
It's better
Declan
there
Rice,
now.
and
It's
Odegaard.
better. There's no.
But
But what do you want
as
him
I-
to do?
As of yesterday, wait now, yesterday, didn't you think he could have found a way to at least try to? I think you guys have, is it Kiwior or so on the bench?
Yeah, Kiwo.
On the bench.
Why- play Kiwior, yeah.
Yeah, he was on the
Oh,
bench.
yeah, Kiwior is not
At
a
least-
fantastic player.
Yeah, but your defense line was Saliba, Gabriel.
No, we didn't
No,
have
we
him.
didn't
No,
have Saliba.
it was Gabriel,
Gabriel,
Timber,
Timber,
yeah.
and who was
Lewis
the-
Kelly and
Lewis Kelly
MLS
Partey.
and
yeah, and
Partey.
Partey.
Yes.
So didn't you think he would have maybe tried to? You understand what I'm
he
trying
would
to
have
say?
been a perfect fit. White Timber plays his right back,
Yes.
and then you leave Lewis Kelly at his left back. Then play Partey
In the
middle
midfield,
with,
yeah.
with Odegaard and Rice.
Because
Because
you
you know
know
what,
that
better.
midfield have been more
No,
solid.
I
the whole idea. Okay,
This thing is no brainer.
Yeah,
I was
we
going
don't
to
have-
ask
we
you.
don't have
No,
right sense, and we can see what
yeah,
we have.
Me, I was going
the
to
whole
ask.
idea of Partey as right
Yes.
back is a failure.
It's
an
a
absolute
failure.
failure.
Because
He's
I
always
saw,
doing it.
Yes,
I saw
he's-
something.
Arteta
Partey
is that
in
kind of man. He's too pragmatic
Yes,
for no
yes,
reason.
and he's doing it for no reason. I don't know if he's
So,
trying to prove a point.
My
but it
my
makes no
question
sense.
now is,
Mm.
I've been asking the question. If you notice,
Yeah.
every time we keep speaking, I will go back to this question. You have just said now that it's obvious to the blind
That-
that Partey should not be on that
On the
right
right
yes,
hand
he
wing.
should not.
Yeah.
But why is
What-
the manager
what-
still putting him there?
What does that also say
About
about
the-
your manager?
I think okay. So first things first.
No,
Is
see.
there's
No, I like to
stubborn.
answer that question.
First things first. There's stubbornness there that's existing. I think it looks like a case of a situation where you're being advised and you don't just want to listen, or you know a situation is wrong and for some reason you're doing it because you have a point. You want to massage your own ego, or you feel you want to prove something. It makes no sense.
One win in
Why is
6
Partey-
games ever since anytime Partey has played as right back.
I can
One
imagine
win
the
in
stats.
6
Yes,
games.
why is
So he's
Partey
not
right?
effective
Why is
in that
Partey
place.
playing in
Anytime
the right back? Why?
Partey
It
plays
doesn't make
right
any
back,
sense.
One win in 6
I
games.
don't
It
know
doesn't
the, I
make-
don't,
yes.
I don't know the tactical experience
Yeah,
or
it's a
experience
dumb,
that he's saying.
it's a
It
dumb
never makes
decision.
sense.
Like it's a decision that will be made by somebody who doesn't watch football. Hey, you come and stay here.
He
Partey
wants-
should not be right back for no reason. Like it doesn't make sense.
He
Okay,
makes
make it make sense.
he makes him always
Yeah.
go in and play inverted right back, but
We-
it's never.
We've nagged about
I've never
it.
seen about as in.
We've
oh
nagged
God.
about it too much,
Wasting-
and it doesn't add up.
Wasting Partey's effort. Partey is a very good passing midfielder. He
That's
breaks,
where
he
he's-
breaks
yes, that's his
teams
strength.
with his passing. But yet you go and put him in right back when he doesn't have a pace.
All right.
It's terrible.
So to round this up now, Chooks, just the last one
Say
now.
I'm
To
talking
round,
as if I'm a fan of Arsenal. I'm so.
to round this
No,
up, Chooks now.
you know we have football passion before club.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
To round this up, Chooks now, I just want to just say yes. Do you think you guys can actually close the gap to Liverpool? Like, I would just say, because they have a game in hand. If they win that game in hand, it's 9 points. Do you think you guys can close it to like, can you close the gap?
There are so many factors. First
Yeah.
things first. If you, based on analysis and statistics from what has been happening in the past,
Yeah.
the way the team plays,
Yeah.
you can throw an easy no to that as an answer to the question,
Okay.
right? We've had multiple chances to catch up with these people. They had a draw with Fulham, we didn't use it.
Yes,
We had a
okay.
draw with Man U,
Mhm.
we didn't use it.
Yes.
We had a draw with, they had a draw with Brentford
They
last
won.
week.
They won.
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest,
Yes,
1-1, yeah.
yes.
We didn't use it. So it's like the points closed though, because at the time it was 12 points, right? But this is even the Liverpool that we never thought would draw points. And it is happening. But
So you
yet-
feel it's title gone?
so that's what I know. No. What I'm trying to say is this: like, if you look at trajectory and statistics with
Yeah.
the way Arsenal has been playing and opportunities that have been given, we did not take advantage of it. On that note, we can say no. If you people keep doing this, there is no way you're going to close this gap, because Liverpool will find a way to win, no matter how difficult the game is,
Yeah.
right? But
But you
life
guys
is-
still in
but
title
based on
race.
belief,
Based on belief.
based on belief,
Yeah, as a fan.
as a fan, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, you guys are still
I
in
don't
the
know
title.
if you can win,
You don't know if
but
you can win.
I think we can still put some pressure on Liverpool.
Pressure on Liverpool.
Yes.
Okay, Eda, what do you think?
As I've always said, and I'm going to say it again. Except a miracle happens,
Yes.
I didn't even see Arsenal being second.
Finishing second.
Yes.
Wow. Uche, before we move on to Man U.
Well,
what do
the,
you think?
the honest truth with Arsenal is because the way they are playing and the
Mhm.
way they are being unpredictable at this point, it's almost like where they need to pick form, that's when they are losing form.
Exactly.
And it's never good because we've always said whoever wins this league, right, is almost like they are around the top 4 and they're close to the. And then you hit the ground running from towards the end of January because that's when you start the games of midweek start reducing. You start playing one game 1 week, one game 1 week, except in cup competitions. But aside that, for me, it's football. They may just have a spin up and then Liverpool has a very bad form, and then who knows? City is also not even out of the race. But I'm saying if they actually stick to what they know how to do best,
Yeah.
if for some reason the Arsenal of last season appears now, most likely put the pressure on them.
Just
And yes,
looking at
but aside
their,
that, nah.
their run of games, right?
Yeah.
I can see a lot of places where Arsenal will drop points. I'll give you a few. They have they are home to West Ham.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very difficult game that they might even draw.
We are home to.
West Ham.
No, West Ham is shit.
Okay.
We beat them 5-0.
No problem.
Yeah, they have a
No-
new manager.
No
Yeah.
problem. There's a new
They have a
manager.
new
West Ham is-
There's a new manager. In case
No
you're not
shaking.
aware. Then you have in same February
Mhm.
you have Tottenham Forest at home.
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest at home.
My home or their home?
They are home.
Okay.
They are home.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a very difficult
Yeah.
game.
After that, you are coming to Old Trafford
Mm.
again to play. Immediately after that, you are going away to Stamford Bridge to play. Sorry,
Chelsea.
Chelsea is coming to your home. to
Chelsea.
play. Okay.
Chelsea.
Well, the point
Then
is
wait, no
Chelsea-
problem.
these
Hold
are
on. Hold
likely
on.
games to
Then
guys
you
to
have-
score.
Chelsea.
Then you have Ipswich, and you have
Ipswich.
Crystal Palace.
Dead. Crystal Palace.
Hold on. And you have Liverpool,
Now you're
Newcastle. You
talking.
see,
Dead.
and then there's Everton.
They have
I will be waiting.
you have
All right.
difficult games to come up.
For
right?
me, for Arsenal, I would just like to say if Mikel Arteta can stop the party at right back, I think things can
Well,
get
to make a
better.
lot of changes.
And
Yes.
also, if they can just keep winning games until Saka returns, Saka should be returning maybe end of February, right?
He's on vacation.
He's on
now.
vacation
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
It should- because he has
He's
played so
getting
many games.
himself.
If Saka comes back and maybe because I think Arsenal will always do that run. There's a run
There's
of
a run,
games
yeah,
Arsenal
to be
always do.
Mm.
There's a run of games Arsenal always do. I don't know, maybe this season might do 10.
Mm.
I don't know. Last season, I think, or when you guys went to Dubai or so,
After
and you
Dubai,
came
things
back
changed.
and things changed.
Yeah.
But I know if that happens, now it depends on what Liverpool are doing. Now, for Liverpool now, another thing again I was thinking about.
Are you saying because they didn't go to Dubai this year?
No, I didn't say that.
You should ask
They
them.
didn't go for tanning.
I swear, the franchise has the money. They should send them to
No,
Dubai again.
but
I
for
beg.
Liverpool now, Liverpool
Honestly.
now, mentality-wise now, sometimes I sit down and ask myself, are Liverpool actually scared Arsenal behind them? Because the reason why I say so is,
Yeah.
if Man City were the one behind in second, I don't think there's a way Liverpool. I don't know. I'm trying to understand what's Liverpool mindset with the fact that we've dropped points and these guys too.
Their mindset is that who is chasing us doesn't have the balls.
Yeah,
No.
so
Because
I'm
if
trying
City was there,
Yes.
I'm 100% sure that they will have probably
Because-
lost that game or drawn that game yesterday.
There's
Because their
pressure.
mind will have been,
It's
oh my
obvious.
God,
There's
this
pressure
guy-
on them. There's pressure on them. That's why they are drawing.
You
There's
think-
pressure on
There's
them.
pressure,
There's
obviously.
pressure on Liverpool. They know.
But you guys are not taking over.
You
That's
know,
what I'm saying.
yes,
You're supposed to
we've
take your
done it.
chances.
Yeah,
By now, it should be 2 points with an outstanding game.
Yeah,
And then
Anyways,
you start making
yeah.
5.
City is 12 points away
12.
from
First.
Liverpool.
I think
12.
City.
That's 4 games.
I think City will
4
do
games.
well. Yeah, I think City will do well when they catch the Ipswich like they did today.
And you
6.
see-
But if they meet the teams, the top 6 teams, they will have difficulties.
Okay,
Don't say
It's
this.
fair
still
point.
showing.
Don't say the
Fair
Ipswich. Oh. This
But-
Ipswich
but-
is the one that beat Spurs. Oh.
yeah.
They beat
Ipswich Spurs is a
Chelsea.
Spurs is a
Chelsea.
dead team.
They drew with us. And
No,
who else?
Yeah, who
Anyways.
is us?
No, leave
Who
Chelsea.
be us?
They do with Manchester United, please. They do with Manchester United.
I
Please,
beg.
don't say that.
Okay, if you even mention Chelsea, yes, because that time Chelsea seemed to be okay.
My
They
point is that they
defeated
play
Chelsea
good football.
2-0. Yeah,
They play good
they
football.
play
So
good.
if you go and look at them less.
If I beat them now,
You will learn the hard way.
They'll let you know that
Do
you
you
shouldn't
know
be
that
looking at them like an underdog.
with
That's what I'm saying.
Nottingham Forest form, when they met City in City's issue, City beat them 3-0 or 3-1. I'm trying to say that their teams.
No, when they
that's-
met
that's-
City, I don't think they had hit this form there.
No,
yeah,
right
they were
now,
top form.
right
They were in
now,
top form.
They were in top form.
They were in top form when we played them. They
were
were
they
top
the
form.
Yes.
were they the
They
top
were
form
in
in
that top 4.
No, not top 4. I'm talking about right now. Tottenham, like Nottingham Forest is the
I think they were even
informed team.
third. I think they were third when
they
you
were-
played
they were-
them.
I'm not talking about their position. I'm saying
Okay.
being in form is different from winning games and being in a position. Right now, they're one of the
They are
Yes,
one of the
informed.
most
yes,
informed teams, though.
English
Yes.
team.
Okay.
So anybody meeting them now, you're in for a hard game. That's what I'm saying.
That one,
I
that's
agree.
true. That's true. Anyways, I just feel I think Arsenal will be able to close the gap, but winning, I don't know if they can win it. But
Go
closing
all the
that
way.
gap,
Let's see how it goes.
putting that pressure. You see the way they put pressure on City.
How many games so
I
far?
think there'll be 16.
How many games have played? How many games have played?
22?
That's 20.
Mm.
How many 22?
22 now.
The 22. That means
Yeah,
they have like
22
um,
games, yeah.
22.
They have
They have
They have
16,
like
16
or 14 more
16 games
It's
left.
38 game season,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 16. So I think they'll close that gap, and I don't know.
Wow.
But that pressure on Liverpool, I think they
There's
can,
a lot
they
of
can
games
apply
to be
that.
played.
I think before we round up this
Arsenal
conversation,
segment.
I think there's somebody that we need to say. We need to give a shout out to.
Okay, want to give a shout out
We
to
have to give a shout
one
out
of our subscribers,
to one of our main
Arsenal
subscribers,
fan.
and to say that
Mr. Ashiru.
Ashiru, we love you, and we hope that for your sake, Arsenal will come true for you.
It's all football. No bad feelings.
Anyways, Manchester United now.
Ha!
Let's move on to Manchester United.
Oh, God.
And what I want to say about Manchester United is, how do you go from doing so well against Arsenal, doing so well against Liverpool?
Which one is doing so well against Arsenal?
they did well.
Which they did what?
They did well. I guess-
287 passes to 600 passes. Do you see the possession? They didn't even play game.
Yeah, but at the end of the
what
day,
are you saying?
man
The
down,
strategy.
right?
You
I
know
know
you were a man down much later.
You shouldn't even be talking.
but at the end of
You
the
didn't
day,
win a
No,
man
when you
down
say-
way.
when you say- no, when
they
you say
did
do
well
so
because
well.
they knocked
No,
you out. They
when
went
you say do
okay,
so well,
okay.
They did
when
well
you say
now.
do so, when you say you,
Why are you so
if
offended?
you have the
You lost
conversation
a
and
game
say,
with
I
a
went to
10-man
Emirates,
team.
how do you
Should-
go from going to the Emirates and having a win?
Should you?
Instead of going to
should
the
you?
Emirates and doing so well.
Should
I
you?
think they
No.
did well.
Should you?
did
Should
well
you
now.
even be
They did
having
well.
this conversation?
So well with 10 men.
They did well.
If
At 57 minutes.
Arsenal could not break down a 10-man Manchester United
That is so
that is so weak at this point, should we be having that conversation?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Like this Manchester United we are talking about. This Manchester United that Amorim has said is the worst Manchester United ever in the
yeah,
history of
so
And
Manchester
Arsenal
United.
couldn't win.
And Arsenal still couldn't win a 10-man weak Manchester United.
No.
So
shouldn't be
how
having that
do
conversation.
how do you go from
Winning at the Emirates.
winning at the Emirates, doing well doing well against
At
Arsenal,
Anfield.
and also they did well in Anfield. It's not easy going to Anfield. They got a point there, right?
Yeah.
You do. And I don't understand.
So-
against Southampton,
They struggled.
Did you watch the game?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I
And against, I think
Yes.
it was just Ahmad's brilliance that saved them
Yeah.
for Southampton.
Yeah.
Then for Brighton, which was today,
Yeah, Brighton owns them.
I think they've met 7 times.
Yeah,
they've
Brighton
lost
owns
one.
United.
Like
Yeah.
they've won. Brighton have won 6, and
we've won just one.
they've won one. I don't even know, but the record is very bad. So against Brighton today, there are 4 shots on target in 90 minutes. Was the penalty Bruno scored? Chooks.
Imagine.
God.
So how do you go from
Imagine.
having those Liverpool, like, because football is like momentum now.
Yeah.
Like, you understand?
Yeah.
The Liverpool, they did well, got a point. Arsenal, they went to the next round. You be expecting them to.
You were expecting more, yeah.
How do you go, like, today against Brighton, Manchester United were poor.
Yeah.
They were poor today.
So I think first we need to be very upfront with ourselves. Manchester United is not out of the wood yet, right? In terms of performance, like, we're still trying to find our feet. Now, in terms of Arsenal, in terms of Liverpool, like you've mentioned, when Manchester United, this current Manchester United,
Yeah.
plays bigger teams or big teams, big six, teams that will typically come at you, teams that will typically try to attack, what the setup usually is more to sit deep and to soak that pressure. So you find that the midfield, the battle is usually in the midfield and like within the midfield, and then the defense. So we don't really commit so much, and then we hope for quick breaks, right? That's been the play. So of course, when you are going to play an Arsenal team that will typically
Dominate the ball.
dominate the ball,
that,
it's easy for us to have that battle in the middle of the park. Then you have your midfield as a choke, of course. You have Ugarte, you have
Kobe
Kobe
Mainoo.
Mainoo fighting and all of that stuff for the ball. Now, when you have smaller teams who typically now sit back and wait for you to come out, that's where the problem of Manchester United has been for a while now. Because if you notice what happened today, the minute Mazraoui pushed forward,
Yeah.
Brighton will just push the ball ahead of, just drop it. Because you have come out. There's the space now. You have to run. Now, the same thing happened during the game against Southampton. Southampton did. In fact,
That was them.
the wing.
Yeah.
This guy almost finished
Is he not from
Euro.
Ghana? What's his name?
He was
He
turned-
finished Euro now.
Sulemana.
Sulemana. Yeah.
Turned
Sulemana.
Euro back, front, side,
And Euro
left.
is fast too. Euro is fast too.
And so the difference was that for Southampton,
Yeah.
they were not converting.
Yes.
And I said that day,
Yes,
I said the day we meet, I mentioned to, I said, when we play Brighton, they make this kind of mistake, we are gone. And that's what happened today.
Yeah.
Pass the ball from beat Mazraoui, play the ball into the extreme right, knock it into the gate. That's what happened. They saw their chances and they converted, and they did not stop. They kept pressuring. And of course, because they were coming at Manchester United, they couldn't come forward again. And that's why you saw what you saw today. There was no shot on target. Sadly. Because even when you have Zexi, who is a gentleman who will try to typically hold up the ball, before he even holds it, he has been rushed and the ball has been collected from him. So, if we have to call a spade and not a big spoon, we will tell ourselves the truth that 80% of these players are not good enough
For Amorim.
for Amorim's style of play. Now, but at the same time, I'm also of the opinion that at what point do you then say, okay, these guys are not quite good enough for this play, but we need to also get some wins behind our back.
One way or the other.
Let's change one or two things. Amorim coming on, I'm not in support of Amorim coming to interview and saying, oh, whether we win this, we don't win this, I'm going to stick to my style of play, and even if we go to relegation. Because whether at some point, they will drag your shirt as a coach to say, yo,
Yeah.
in your last 11, you only have 11 points. That's what the stats say.
That's reality, yeah.
That's the reality. Nobody's going to say, you have a brilliant idea, and guess what? At some point, they will start to question your decision making.
Yeah.
Even this decision to bench Rashford.
This
is
Rashford
going
thing.
to come back.
To come back. For
Because
sure.
once you are not getting
Results.
results,
Yes.
everything starts getting questioned. But are these players good enough? Of course, the answer is no.
Chooks, what do you have to say?
Chooks has nothing to say apart from to finish us.
No.
He wants to. All his work. They are just waiting for you to give him the mic, and then he slander us.
No.
But no problem. My club, I am totally disappointed. I won't even lie. Now, we've been bad since. It's not now. It didn't start today. We've actually been very bad. As a matter of fact, for Manchester United, is self-destruct. You win or you show a little bit of brilliance in some performances.
Yeah.
2-3 games. The next back to zero. Like you're starting again.
Yeah.
And this has what has been our problem. Now, there's a whole lot. Today's game, just forget it. They didn't play well. Nobody turned up. The game plan perhaps was to make sure that we had more control, but we didn't show any form of control. The only person who has the balls to want to take on players has to be Ahmad Bruno, showing initiative.
Yeah.
And then, like I always say, why would you play so well again, or why will you choose to turn up in certain games and then not turn up in any in the games where we expect you to? Because it's almost looking like Manchester United right now, forget the name, we are a championship side in terms of mentality. The players. How do you come? You go to City, you go to Arsenal, you go to...
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the players are playing as if they are Madrid players
Yeah.
or they are superstars like back. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the Liverpool game, you watch the City game, and watch what we've played against Southampton and Brentford and Brighton.
Brighton.
Totally
That
two
different.
distra- are far apart. We're not playing well. We're not creating well. The game against Southampton we should have lost was just Ahmad saying that
brilliance.
today I don't want to lose.
Mm.
He took it upon himself and started and played and scored goals that came. Now, if I want to even look at Manchester United as a whole, right, this system, right,
Yes.
it obviously doesn't fit 70% of those players.
The players.
Doesn't fit them.
So
But I understand where pressure comes in terms of, hey, you need to grind results.
Yes.
But it's in this grinding of results that make players adjust to complacency. My point is, you have a style of play.
Yes.
You have different profiles of players that don't fit it.
Mm.
But because you want to play to suit them,
Mm.
what you want them to adjust to.
Yeah.
If you then play what suits them, they won't adjust to your style of play.
Very true.
And at the end of the day, if you don't want to keep those players, you can't sell them at the end of the day. What I mean is, we want to play 4-3-3.
Yeah.
These players are used to 4-3-3 and 4-5-1. That's what they're built to. But we want to play 3-4-3,
3-4-3.
which is almost like, if you cannot play, we'll see you in 3-4-3.
Yeah, Otule, you'll be exposed.
It's obvious.
simple.
It's not like I sabi
You'll be,
play.
you'll be
Sabi ball.
exposed.
If
You'll
you
be
play
exposed.
3-4-3, everybody will see you. If you know how to pass ball, we'll see. If you know how to control, we'll see. It's not 4-5-1 that you go and hide.
Yeah.
Two-man DM will save your blunder. This one is, if you don't know, see Menu.
Menu could be Menu
I
today.
can't understand Menu in the last
I
couple
was
of days.
actually asking what's could be Menu's position. Like what's his job?
Job.
What does he do? Like, you know, if you have a DM, you should have maybe break the line or maybe pass. Like
I mean, this just tells you what I'm saying. So the point is, Kobe has, right from academy, used to 4-3-3 and used to 4-5-1. That's what he's been. Now he's now has to adjust
to this
To this
style.
3-4-3.
and then there's no time to adjust because there's no summer. It is you're using game time, like real life situation. It's just like when you're at work and then probably you're a security analyst or something, and then you have to check certain things.
You need training and
You need
courses
to
to
check
learn
to
those
know
things.
which one is
Yeah.
what. So
And
not like
if you do it on the job, you
on the
make
job, you're
mistakes.
like, what is this? What came to me? By that time, fraudsters will have probably taken what they need to take. That is Manchester United at this point. Fraudsters like Brighton and that come down and take what they want to take. They have no. Man United doesn't have the balls to challenge anybody, and that's why I'm looking at like these players are a total embarrassment. Now, certain players that don't fit the profile you want to sell them are on massive wages. You can't even. In fact, when they want to sell them, we can't even go about selling them because you can't.
The
The ones that were hearing on the news, we don't even know what's going behind it. Is that you can't, like, the ones that want to go on loan, they'll tell you, you
wage.
pay half of the salary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who wants to do
That
that?
tells you how an average player is coming. Oh my God. I don't know what to complain again. I'm
Yeah.
tired. It's a total, in fact, anything.
In Amorim's
Me,
defense,
I
one thing.
think-
Okay, Chooks.
Briefly, I think the United thing is it runs deep, right? It's been a long time coming. It's not just like under
Tehan?
Moyes. We had the discussions under ETH. We saw the issues, player beef,
Vanguard.
buying players that were totally unnecessary for crazy prices, increased salaries, right? Now under what's his name, under Amorim, we've now seen a new structure which now has its own stories as well, right? So the issue runs deep over the years. However, United as a club also seems to be like a team that only wants to play when it matters.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense.
At
You
all.
want to come to the pitch and play football. That's the only day you remember that they're paying you a lot of money. We went to the EFL Cup final against Newcastle. That season, I think Newcastle even defeated them. But in the final, they won. Man City final in the FA
The
Cup,
Cup, they
derby,
won, they
you
won.
won. You didn't no be penalty.
Yeah.
And the way they played is not the way
And
they were
they
playing
play-
the whole season.
Exactly. And that was City that won the league. Or City that was on form. Right?
Very true.
And now it's the same thing again we're mentioning today. So these things I'm mentioning now was 2 years ago and
And
last
last
year.
season.
And now it's under a different manager and it's the same thing. They only want to play when it matters.
And it's the same player.
And it doesn't make any sense.
So
Same set of players.
they
So you
must
can see
go.
that, yeah,
Simple.
all of them have that mentality.
It's a
When
mentality
it matters,
thing.
you
They
met
need to change
Liverpool.
them.
Yeah, you know Liverpool is your greatest. If Liverpool wins the league now this season, they have 20 like you.
They
It's
like
your
Man
greatest.
There's no
rivalry
bragging
in life.
rights.
You don't want that, right? They played well. Arsenal, they played well.
Yeah.
Name them, the big guys.
Man
They
City,
play
they
well.
played
Man
well.
City, they played well. City, you know. So I think Amorim has a whole lot of work to do.
That's why he called them out today.
Yeah, he called them out today. So
So
this
that-
is the worst Manchester United that
So that they will
we've
start,
ever seen.
he will
Yeah.
sack them first before they sack him. Because the way they are going, they are looking like people that want to sack him. Because see
Yeah,
Onana.
he doesn't want to lose his
Today,
job.
Onana-
Just look at
Look at
no
Onana.
pressure. You go and do that. They want see if I was Amarin, the board needs to go now. He would have pinpointed who they need to. This week they need to go.
How do you sell David De Gea and then end up
With Onana.
with Onana?
No,
And the guy has
modern
and-
goalkeeper now.
and the
He say
guy-
ball
and the
play,
guy is
ball-
doing
ball-
well with,
ball play.
He's doing well with Fiorentina. Shebi, he promised you this at the beginning of the season. Onana said that this season I will take a lot of risk.
Well,
Well,
He said it boldly.
Well,
Yes, he said it
well,
boldly.
well,
that-
But see,
we're
in
definitely
Onana's
seeing
defense now, Southampton, he made saves.
good.
doubt.
He made
Ahmed,
saves.
see,
But
it's
is his
beautiful when
job.
people say these things.
yeah,
But the good thing is that the reason why we pay you big salary every week is to make saves.
It's your job.
It's your job. But imagine me coming to my work and I meet my KPI and I say, "Oh, yeah, I should have been glorified." That's why you're paid salary.
That's why I
man.
paid salary. Yeah, get it job
Any
done.
other thing coming
Yeah,
is
it's
like
your job.
it's-
Yeah.
It's a bonus.
If you
It's,
make-
it's
yeah,
a
it's a
feel good
bonus.
so
thing.
if they need to change Onana,
No. See, you see this thing. You see the things. You see the things that the club legend about. You see the things about that the club legend said. Ronaldo.
yeah,
It's still taking place in United today, and those things are affecting affecting United as a company. It's affecting United as a franchise. Everything he mentioned. The fact that you go into the dressing room and the
still-
weights and the training items are still the same ones
yeah.
he used. That goes a whole lot. It tells you a lot. So these people are investing money in the wrong places. They are paying these big wages, and these people know. These players know that I can see you really don't give a damn about this institution. You care about your pockets. If you really care about the institution, you'll upgrade it as well. But you're not doing it.
but
you
that-
want
but
to
I'm
pay
trying to do that.
But beyond that,
No, it
but
it
no, hold
does.
on.
It's-
Back to the first thing you said, which is that the players show up for big games when
Yes.
it matters. Right?
Yes.
It now comes back to the players themselves. You as a player, don't you want to do well?
Abby.
Because I'll tell you, within those same conditions that everyone is experiencing, that's where Ahmad is.
Don't be lie.
But when you see Ahmad
Yeah.
playing on the field of
Yeah,
play,
he's
you
hung-
can tell he wants it.
Yeah. Okay, look at Rashford. See Rashford before the tattoos.
Yeah,
Rashford.
Rashford.
Rashford. That's what we call. Who does everybody calls him Rashford?
Rashford.
I enjoyed watching Rashford.
Before
I just
the
want to watch and play. You understand? Rashford before the tattoos. There's a complacency that comes when you know that this my 350k will come, right? No shaking, no to come, and I am too valuable for you to bench me.
And that was the mistake.
That's the
that-
comfort those players
that
now
Manchester
have.
United made at one point, thinking that the point where the values for me changed in the sense that Manchester United never used to use money per se to
it was
attract
a
players.
club of quality.
But
quality
it came to a
players.
point where we felt the need to start paying huge sums. Oh, Casemiro that was about to retire or whatever, come and collect 300
That's
and
the thing you
something.
see in
Come,
PSG.
Rashford says, "Oh, I'm about to leave," and then we start running. Don't leave. Come and take 350k. It was not like we're using money to put these players there. And at the end of the day, you can see the results.
So I want to say for Amorim now, he has had few trainings with the team. Like he has not really trained well with the team. That could be another factor.
Ahmed,
pass his
at
message.
this point, if we're being
I
honest,
think he has had a couple of.
can we?
he has had, but as compared
but you
to
can't-
the players
what
should
is
be able
training?
like,
to now.
no,
Training is
no.
nothing. You hear what Uche said?
no.
He's learning on the job.
He's learning
Yes,
on the
now,
job. And that's why
training. The one that they do, the 5-a-side they do when.
Of
when
course,
they
you
wear
need
their-
time now. He
He has. You could see that the games where he had time to train.
Train.
Yes,
They did well.
But then that was because they were playing top teams, so it was more like training for defense. I don't think they've yes now. You are training to defend.
It goes back to what you
Now,
said now. Big
now,
team where they hold
now,
the
now
ball
they
and
have
all,
small
can
team.
defend. Yeah.
Maybe he needs another 1 week to
So now
train
let
for attack.
yes.
Don't you understand what I'm saying? It is annoying that these players are annoying.
Imagine the coach shouting on the field of play, pointing to Garnacho. You are
Where
meant
to
to
go and
be
play?
here, bro. Not be on the
It's a
wing.
men- it's a
We are
mentality
attacking.
thing. Against
That just
Southampton,
tells
that's what he
you
told him, because
that the
Sancho was
players-
looking for the wing.
Did you see
You're not
Anthony's?
a winger.
Did you see Anthony's miss against Southampton?
No.
I'm done.
Did you see that miss?
I think I'm
If we
done.
did-
100 million. I will score it.
Well-
Don't even pay me 100 million.
Where we go?
I'm
10
done.
million.
I'm not saying any other thing again.
Okay.
Because this is annoying.
See, now currently Manchester United are 13th, 26 points.
Yes.
God. And West Ham is behind them, 26 points. Tottenham 24, Everton 20.
They're like 10 points away from
So,
seventh.
Manchester United right now, we're looking at for our 40 points, so we don't go to relegation.
so you guys, so it's 40 points and
Once we have 40 points, we're not going to relegation again. That's a fact.
No,
That one
but,
is
but,
standard.
but I think I also think when I watched the Europa game, I would come to conclusion on what I'm about to say now. I would like to see the seriousness at which they'll play that game. Why? Because I think like that's the only hope
we have for Europe.
it looks like right now to make Europe.
yeah, of course.
Ah, you
Champions-
haven't
or
lost so
Champions
far,
League
right?
football.
You haven't lost so
we
far.
haven't lost
In Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's
Yeah.
the funny thing. They haven't
They
lost,
haven't.
but they've barely won.
Yeah, but they haven't lost.
Yeah.
I think even
It's
all the
drawn.
goals,
Yeah,
We drew.
they're all
we
win.
win.
Oh, yeah.
We draw,
all
we win.
Right. So my point is, if we continue like this, because sadly, I was hoping that maybe we'll be able to make one or two moves
Yeah.
this transfer window, but it's not looking like it right now. Also, and I also understand the factors, because Rashford, Anthony, we have a couple of guys that we need to ship out. Until we're able to successfully ship those guys out, we cannot actively bring in a lot of bodies, right? So it's a dicey situation, and those guys are moving with unicorn status and
telling you.
heavy salaries.
Heavy. And you know the funny thing, at least another player comes into the club and understands, sees the way it is, understands the complacency, collects his money, and is like, oh,
After a while.
he's
Yeah,
a relaxed zone, eh?
well,
He
yeah.
relaxed too.
And that's why I was reading the other day that there's something about Kobe getting trying to get a new contract,
Contract
Yeah.
is asking
and
for
he's asking about upwards of 200. And
Uh,
of course, Amori is not going to give you that, because that old United is gone. And I
yeah,
like
you
that,
shouldn't promote that.
Yeah.
because
How
if
much
you
is this
see
guy's-
Ahmad now,
Ahmad was 78. That's what they
so,
negotiated for.
like,
Because he was
if,
earning about
if
30.
Ahmad was, if he was the old regime, man would be
150,
netting 150, 180.
Yes, that's what he wants.
So are we saying Ruben needs more time?
Oh, of course.
Obviously. He
does
Of
more
course.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a successful manager and a successful
The
man.
only,
Yeah.
the
Yes,
only
he needs
reason
time.
why I'm
He needs
not
more
going hard at him right now is because I understand the dynamics. He did not start the league. He did not do.
He hasn't bought
He has not
anybody.
bought
There's a lot of
anybody, so
things
he's
to
still
consider.
moving with
Yes.
people who typically don't understand his philosophy. So I would like to see him make his own purchases, then play preseason, then we'll start to judge him after that. That's what I think.
That's what
So
I
where do you
think
think
as
you
well.
guys will likely like?
I don't
based
see-
on, like how you guys are going right
If
now?
we finish 10th, fantastic season.
Thanks.
If we see 10th, fantastic season.
Very true. Fantastic.
With this leg, if we see 10th,
But one thing I want to say. One thing I want to say is, and I always say this thing about to Elder and Uche. Højlund is not a Manchester United striker.
Oh,
He should
the-
be a backup.
There's so many people.
There's so many people there that
No,
should
no,
be
no, no.
there.
See, my own is just Højlund as the number 9.
Yeah.
A club like Manchester United should not be having.
But it's not.
Højlund.
Unfortunately,
they don't give him.
Unfortunately,
they
I
don't
like,
give him-
I like to see something different. And I think that I've given this feedback a couple of times as well. While it's easy to criticize Højlund as a striker, you also need to look at his balls received versus balls converted.
Version. Yep.
Højlund, most often than not, the goals Højlund has scored this season, they are either ricochets of players,
Or he.
someone played the shot, it came back to him, and he just miraculously played the ball in somehow. We are not creating
the
balls for the striker. If we're being fair,
Yes.
look at the game against for City today. You see those true balls they were giving to Højlund. You see the cross from Nottingham Forest crossing into the ball. We do not see those balls for United.
At all.
If we're being honest, you see the guys from the wing on United. Garnacho has the ball. All he's thinking about
Wants to go
is
and
to score. Ahmad, the same thing.
You're meant to
You're not
create
creating for your striker.
Yeah,
So
Ahmad
where do you
too
want
wants
him
to
to get the
score.
balls from? When you give him enough balls, and we have seen him being put in places
And
where
then misses them.
if Højlund misses that kind of chance now that Anthony missed, then we can go ahead
Yeah,
at
then we
him.
have, I
So
don't
you
think he
feel
would have missed that
Højlund
goal.
is a good long-term plan?
Well, I think
No.
he still has ways to go
But
because he's just 22.
yes,
he has time
he's
to
a
go.
young
He's
striker.
a young striker. What he needs is an experienced 9. that
Nine,
can learn
yes,
up.
yes.
Because right now he has
Oh, a
like,
team
two of them are both
a team that
this
creates
image.
multiple chances.
Yes,
for
multiple chances,
him,
and then him playing just
As
like
a sub.
as a sub for an experienced
A more
nine. By the
matured
time you
nine.
see what an experienced nine,
Yeah.
you could ask, hey, they'll teach you how
He'll
to make
teach
those
you how
runs.
to do
I even
things.
said it.
But sometimes teaching and then watching how someone does it.
I can't remember the game.
You learn a lot.
I can't remember the game it was that we had a free kick that Bruno laid a true ball on the side. If you see the way he picked that ball with his left and then smashed it into the net,
Yeah.
you will know that if you give this guy good balls,
He will score.
he will score.
Okay. Well, time will tell. That's all I'll just
I
say.
believe so because he looks like that kind of person that out of 5 he can convert 3,
And
Okay.
but he doesn't
just
get
watching,
5.
He's not even
watching
getting it in the first place.
Owen says something that he thinks he makes great runs. He opens up but doesn't get the ball. That he just like looking at Højlund, you could tell that he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But as a striker, you have to be ruthless at some point. Shout at your teammates.
yeah.
Call for this ball.
Make
You
them
cannot
responsible.
make the run and then Bruno blasts the ball into the sky and then
And then
you
you
just
shrug. You
tell
just
him
shrug
off.
back like
Bro,
it's
I
nothing.
made the run. Give me this
Give me
football.
ball. Yeah.
That's how you demand respect from this guy sometimes. Tell Garnacho, I'm making this run. You think I'm playing here? And
give
then
me ball now.
the next time Garnacho is running, he will think twice before playing something nasty.
You remember the game when we played where we won
That makes sense.
in the Europa Cup where we won who do we win in Europa Cup before after playing Fenerbahce? There was a team we played. We went to Fafa, was it Belarus or something? I can't remember the team. Anyways, where he scored 2 goals from the bench, where Bruno gave to him and a typical number 9 goal. That game, he would have scored a hat-trick. Ahmad had a chance of squaring. Ahmad didn't square. He shouted at Ahmad. We were angry. They even asked, Ruben said, it's fine. That he's happy that he was angry with him for not passing.
That's how it's meant
That's
to be.
where it
now.
should be. It is not
I think that's the game against
Okay,
like
Victoria
that. Good.
Plzen,
Yes. Do you understand? I remember this thing. See, good old days where I watched Manchester United. Bless good old days.
That can never come.
I said I watched Dwight York, Andy Cole, Solskjaer, Sheringham. Do you know that Sheringham and Andy Cole used to have disputes, but when they get to the pitch, they'll still pass to each other and then score goals.
Yeah, that's how
The
it's
issue
meant
is
to
that you're not happy because Sheringham and Andy Cole played for England. This beef came from their national team, but then they were playing in the same team.
be. That's how it's meant to be, though.
Okay.
That's how
So
it's meant to be.
I would just want to
Manchester
end
United,
this.
even the female team is playing better than us. They beat City today.
This by actually just Uche and Elder. Just 3 players you feel should be shipped out for Manchester United.
Casemiro, Anthony, Rashford, right now can go.
Can
But if you can't say them, Garnacho, Malacia, and what's his name? Obviously, Elvis is free agent, so we can't really sell him. But I mean,
to sell.
and
There are a lot of people that
what's the name of that?
Lindelof.
Lindelof, thank you. There are people to sell.
Okay,
The club is not ready to sell them. That's the problem.
Uche, Elder, what
Who
about
will
you?
even buy themselves?
I just feel like
Just sell
I
them.
feel
Just
like
let
we
them go
have
so that there will be
way
space in the club.
too many players that comes like we have some people that just hide.
That can need to go. 3 players. That
First
need
and
to
foremost, Anthony shouldn't be on that. Shouldn't be near the dressing room. Shouldn't be near the stadium. I'm telling you. Malacia,
Yeah.
he has tried enough. Needs to go. Of course, mention Casemiro. I think he's old.
It's okay. Leave football
Like,
before football
yeah.
leaves you.
That was the line I was just going to say.
Yeah, he should go. Man.
Then,
he should go.
of course, Eriksen is leaving already, so I won't say Eriksen. If you ask me again, Rashford, just because of body language.
That is all.
Because if you look, sometimes it feels like the guy he wants to be anywhere else but Manchester
But
United.
Manchester United.
So just go and breathe somewhere else. Who else? I think for me, these players.
Then should we go?
Onana.
Onana on a good day,
I
is
feel like
okay,
if
but
Onana is protected
it's very well.
he might still make mistakes, but he will do more good than harm. So for that reason, I will still exempt him right
You
now.
still exempt Onana.
Because when I look at that Onana, it's not the same Onana I watched at Inter for 2 seasons. So 2
Yeah.
seasons,
He was very good.
bro. He gave them the league. He was the reason they went to the Champions League final, and then
And he
he
made
he
six,
gave
yeah.
you guys a reason why that trophy meant something to you because you struggled.
They struggled
Yes.
to score.
We
In
struggled.
fact, they could have won it people at the end.
Very true.
But
Very true.
it is what it is. Congratulations.
Because of
Anyways,
this man, Lukaku.
I want to say
Socrates, that's the defender's name.
Socrates.
So
The Arsenal
something
defender.
Socrates, yes.
Socrates, I remember.
Anyways, thank you very much, guys, for coming. Thank you so much for coming. And Chooks,
Yes.
you whatever the weather, the street are your own. London forever.
Not London forever.
Not London forever.
Yes.
Well,
Glory, glory, Manchester United.
Manchester United, we are here.
United.
We go again
Next.
this
This
week
Thursday.
and
Let's
next
see what
week.
happens.
And before I sign out, as I did earlier, I want to do it again. But Ashiru, thank you very much for watching us always. And we hope other Arsenal fans will join, subscribe as well.
Yeah.
And then we hope that you
One day, grace
you
us.
prove me wrong.
I'm probably grace us one day
One day you should join us. Actually.
in life.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.
Cheers.